Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is a short little welcome video so that you can get used to going out to the YouTube channel and finding the video or the lecture for the week so you understand what's going on. I'm going to go over basically the 3 classes and what we're going to talk about and what we're going to learn. So let me share my screen with you. Alright ladies and gentlemen, this is the syllabus for the advisory class. We're going to spend the first week or so getting to know each other. We're going to move on to digital agendas and time management. We're going to talk about note-taking, self and social awareness, cultural relevance using Hispanic Heritage Month to come up with some examples. We'll talk about what goes on, the culture that goes on in your home and mine. We'll talk about bullying, how to recognize signs, and what to do if we think somebody is being bullied or if we think we're being bullied. We're going to move into research and peer pressure. We're going to talk about test-taking strategies, relationship skills. We're going to move in about then. It'll be National Child Mental Health Month. I'm going to talk about mental health and how important it is. We'll move into test-taking strategies and teamwork. And then we'll end in Human Rights Month and holidays around the world. And as opposed to reviewing for the final, we will use a project to demonstrate your knowledge in the given areas. I find that most people tend to do better with a project than on a test. It also helps eliminate those test anxiety for those people who suffer from it. Next, we're going to talk about Introduction to Coding. This will basically be your textbook. We're going to move through the 3 basic languages that created the web today. Those languages are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This website is very helpful in the fact that it not only lets you read about each of the languages, but you can use these emulators to alter not only the text given, for example, but you can also alter the code given. Type some text here. Use a close tag. Oops. Hit run, and you can see that it'll display your new code. So this particular website will help you with a great deal of things. It also goes into several other languages if you want to move into that on your own. We're going to start off with learning about computers, how they work, how the web works, and then we'll start building our first website. For those of you, to do all that, we're going to use Notepad++. One of the things I like about it is it keeps all the recent projects that you've been working on right handy until you choose to close them. It also goes through several different languages. All you have to do is save the file as, designate where you want it saved, then tell it, note that it's using a text language now, what language you want. This is a long list of all the different languages this particular program can use. We are going to, like I said, deal primarily with HTML. So note it changed. That's a big thing. We'll go over that in class, but it is a common mistake to save as the wrong thing. That brings us into game development. Now in game development, we are actually going to create games that you can take home. We are going to create code. This is actually one of the games that you'll be writing later in class, along with this one. And to make it easier, our games come in recipes so that we can see what week 1 should look like when we're done coding it. Not very complicated. But as we move through the recipes and we get to the final product, it becomes quite a bit different. In this case, this is one I designed so that we could take a quiz. It's a memory game, so you click on vertical bar and tell it there's the vertical bar. Or if you click on the square brackets, it's gone. It keeps track of how long and how many you got right. Yes, we will be coding that. What we are going to start off with is a quiz folder. And again, it starts off with a very simple website that's created. Just a bunch of questions and radio buttons that only allow you to pick one at a time. It doesn't do anything else. But once we get done, you will create a website that responds to each click of the button, changing the background and telling the person whether or not they got the question right or wrong. If you get it wrong, it doesn't respond. When you get it right, it gives you the next question in a different color. So, as you can see, we will develop some interesting games and we will have a good time doing it.